is the most random haul ever.
After Christmas, maybe they ate too much or
My sweet potato bake.
gold plated a little.
If you have a fridge full of high quality food, so calorie dense, I feel like at this time of the year, you can get really caught up in the whole, everyone's sharing their big wins on social media. And
I just finished our run. We just did 3. Just a chill, easy run. Fuck me, it's hot already. So glad I ran earlier rather than later. I was gonna go after gym. And even said to her, Tori, by the way, who is like been my friend since I was an apprentice baby hairdresser, and I was like, you definitely don't want to run any later than that because that felt hard. But now I'm off to gym. I have to type in how to get there. 8 minutes from here. I'm just gonna go to gym. I'm just gonna do some, I guess, mobility, maybe some core, just chill, honestly, just to move my body. Probably just more mobility and core, to be honest. I don't really train core, but it's just like my holiday fluff, to be honest. Like when I don't want to go to gym, I've done all my program sessions, but I also want to go to the gym for like up here. I just do like fluff kind of stuff, some core, some like spine stretching, mobility, all that kind of stuff. So sometimes, guys, you go to the gym not for PBs, but for like up here and just to feel your best. So don't forget that. This gym vlog. Didn't realize shopping centre opens at 10.
What are we going to do for 7 minutes?
7 minutes. Matt is going to get his eyebrows done. I'm hungry. Okay, so Matt just got his brows done, and then we just saw this new shop in Frankston, Harley and Harper, which is so good. It's all waterproof jewelry. I just got a new gold-plated little ring, which I'm super interested to see how it is like water resistant because it's gold-plated, which, you know, typically doesn't really go too nice, but I just got this for that finger. So cute. So now I am off to, Matt has gone to the butcher's. We actually went to the gym separate. Actually, fun fact, me and Matt go to the gym separate all the freaking time. It's very rare that we go to the gym together. We have different routines and all that kind of stuff. So I am off to Woolworths. He's off to the butcher's. We're having some friends over by the pool today, which is super exciting. And so I'm just gonna get some salad stuff and some Pepsi and just like food. We're just gonna get some barbecue food. It's always good to just have barbecue food in the fridge ready to go because you just know that when the weather is out, I just crave barbecue food. So we are thinking ahead of like, okay, cool, the next couple of days are quite warm. We're gonna wanna have food, and if we don't have food in the fridge, we're more inclined to go out, which I don't really wanna do that. Barbecue food's so easy, so I'm gonna go do that now, and I'm so excited to see the sun out. It's 10:30. Fuck, I feel like I've achieved so much today. I also just went to the gym and I just did mobility and some core work, just to kind of like fluff around, and some calves, because obviously when you run, when you walk, you're using your calves, so just like strengthening those and kind of just making sure that that is all good to go. So I was going to go to Woolworths, but I actually think I might go to IGA. The quality of food at Woolworths just seems so poo at the moment. All the stock is kind of out. I feel like IGA have a little bit better quality in terms of like fruit and salads and stuff like that. So I might go there instead, which is kind of on the way as well. Really should have gone to Henry's. Henry's is so much cheaper also for fruit and veg, but it kind of feels really overstimulating, to be honest, because I don't really know where anything is in there because I don't really go that often. So yeah, I just changed my mind. I'm gonna go to IGA. This is the most random haul ever. Sweet potatoes, tomatoes, Philadelphia, Vita wheat, tzatziki, olives, salad, packaged crackers, which honestly these are so good and so low-cal. Sourdough, which is actual sourdough without any fillers and all that kind of shit. IGA. Matt wanted me to get a breadstick. I'm gonna make sweet potato kind of bake. I never really get this milk anymore, but high protein, low fat milk. And some Pepsi, very random, very random haul. I feel like at this time of the year, you can get really caught up in the whole everyone's sharing their big wins on social media, and you can kind of feel like, oh, I didn't really achieve a whole lot. And if that's you this year, I just want you to know that I am also the same. Last year was a big year of change for me. I sold the salon, I did a retreat, I was doing Move with Maxis, I did like 2 high roxes, I was running, you know, there was lots of like really big milestones and change. You know, I started renting a chair, running my own businesses, so like having 2 businesses, like lots of like big things last year. And so this year I feel like I've just kind of floated, and I just want you to know that that's actually also part of the process. I feel like this year my goal was just to kind of float, and instead of being like highs and lows and all that kind of stuff, because I feel like last year was like a lot of highs and then a lot of lows. I just wanted to be balanced, and that's not to say that I didn't have some lows. Obviously I'm a human. I had many moments of like confusion in terms of like motherhood and, you know, relationship and friendship and work, and a bit confused because again, I am a high achiever. Like for example, I took off 2 weeks in October where I just did nothing. I just stayed at home, and I just watched Netflix and watched a couple of series, which again, that's a huge win to me because I haven't done that shit probably since high school, school holidays, you know? So I just really want you to know that if you feel like this year people are, you know, saying that they did so many things, big achievements, maybe your friends got engaged, or maybe they're having babies, or maybe they got married, and you're feeling like, I didn't really do a whole lot. Can that just be okay? I know for me, I've had many moments where I've kind of gone into comparison, being like, you know, when is it going to be my turn? And I think that every season serves a purpose, and, you know, everyone is on different timelines, and that doesn't make your timeline wrong. So just remember that if all you did this year was just, you know, you flatlined, that's also a huge win. If this year was feeling a bit hard for you, that's okay. Last year was massive hardship for me. Lots of high emotions. I felt really depressed for most of the year. And you know what? After that, I've had such a great year of like really just like flatlining, mellowed out mental health and just priorities and all that kind of stuff. So I know that this year is like the year of the snake. So for a lot of people, they're having a really hard year. For me, I feel like my year was last year where it was very hard and very challenging. And I think, remember that no rain, no rainbow. So I just really want to reassure you that I feel like it all serves a really important purpose. But yeah, don't get stuck into that mindset of comparison, especially this time of the year. I know for me, I've already seen a couple of people, you know, posting a lot of things. And remember, like, it's all highlight reels. What must come up must come down. And people don't really share all of that. So just a reminder, like, if all you did this year was survive, or if all you did this year was be consistent, that's the biggest win of them all, you know? Maybe this year you were really consistent. Maybe you hired a coach. Maybe you put your health first. Like for me, that's what this year was. I really just focused on just being present, enjoying, and that is such a win. I feel like that's actually more of a win than like buying a house and all that kind of stuff. Oh my God, this is so hard to cut. I need to concentrate. Okay, so I am making my sweet potato bake. I actually used to make this when I was younger. And I just recently remembered it. And so I've been making this. It's really easy. I'm just gonna like pre-steam all the sweet potatoes. So all you have to do is just put it in the oven, and like the cheese just pretty much cooks because the sweet potato is already cooked, and like heats it up. And you can literally just put whatever you want. I'm just doing capsicum, tomato, Philadelphia, which I'll put on after, onion. You can also put bacon. I'm not doing that either. Literally, you can put anything you want on it, and it's just like the most easiest thing. Sweet potato bake. Okay, my sweet potato bake is all prepped and ready to go. I put that in the fridge and then I'm just gonna sunbake, and then later for dinner, all I have to do is put it in the oven. Matt was like, why are you doing that already? But so I don't have to do it later when everyone's here and I can actually enjoy myself, you know? So that's the plan. Inside my coaching space, I have like it's called brain dumps, and I just kind of go in there and like, it's like a little mini podcast for myself, and I quite openly talk about a lot of different things. And currently what I have been talking about recently is just like a few things. There is always such a difference between someone who spirals from Christmas and like really, really derails versus someone like me, for example, who indulged on Christmas and then just got straight back on the bandwagon the next day. Because like the thing is, it can actually both exist, and a lot of people feel a lot of shame after Christmas. Maybe they ate too much or whatever, right? And then that shame keeps them stuck, and then they spiral and they spend that Boxing Day doing the same thing, feeling shame and maybe overindulging and maybe not moving. And that's the problem we want to avoid. It's not actually Christmas Day or New Year's Eve. That's the problem. It's what you do between those. And it's really interesting because you kind of notice, and again, like this is talking from like my own experience in what I used to say, and then me being a coach and coaching a lot of women on what they currently say. And I always hear the same things. I'm always met with the same things. You know, I'm just wanting to enjoy. I want to enjoy. I want to chill. I don't want to do that. I don't want to track. I just want to enjoy. But why have we made it so you can only chill or you can grind? What if they can actually all coexist together? Like for me, for example, I went for a run this morning. I've gone to gym and doing some mobility. I've just like done some like prepping for food for dinner tonight. I'm going to have people over a barbecue probably. And now it's 12 o'clock and I'm going to chill for the whole day. I've done 8,200 steps. Obviously I went for a run, so that got me like 4,500 steps. And then I've just walked around the shopping center and did a couple of things. So that's, I don't understand. What if you can do both? And like, then people will get like a lot of fear around the scales. And something that I just remembered this morning when I weighed myself was like a version of me, 5 or 6 years ago that was very triggered, just like you, right? Very triggered by the scales and very scared to jump on the scales the next day to see the impact of what, Christmas Day could be. But now that I have all the knowledge, I know that it takes, at least 3 days minimum to remove all the water retention and inflammation that, extra salt and more food will do to your body, right? And so I know, like today, it's officially Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days, and I'm back to my normal weight average, right? And the scale doesn't say you're a shit person. The scale doesn't give you shame. Your actions are the thing that gives you shame or makes you feel a certain way, but then you blame the scales for why the trigger is. But what if the trigger is actually your current actions that aren't really aligning with who you say you want to be or how you want to feel? Therefore, the scale is very triggering because it's telling you and it's showing you the truth of maybe how you're acting, right? And that's where the shame comes in, and the actual root of the trigger is you. Like, it's not the scales, it's you. And for me, I obviously enjoyed myself friends mess on Monday, and then we had Sunday, and then we had Christmas Eve, and then I was a little bit over my calories, like probably at 3 or 4 days there, and that's okay. On Boxing Day, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna lock the fuck back in for my health so I can go into 2026 feeling my best. And that doesn't mean that you need to do everything. Like, my non-negotiables right now are my steps, tracking my protein intake. Macronutrients are a little bit like I'm having a bit more fats than normal, and that's okay. Like, again, balance, and obviously trying to eat as much low inflammation food as possible, but still having the freedom. And that's what's important. That's my anchoring point. So you don't have to do it all. You don't have to go to the gym and do your steps and do your cardio and track your macros and all that kind of stuff. You can actually just focus on calorie and protein, hitting your steps. And then if that's all you want to do right now, that's perfect. But can you see how those two things are better than nothing? And that's the thing I think a lot of people kind of miss at this time of the year. They kind of go into that whole like, oh, I don't want to do that because I'm just chilling and I'm enjoying time with my family. But what if what if it can actually all coexist? Like, what if as a family you go for a walk in the morning? What is as a family you go to the park? Like, what if as you and your partner can go to the gym together at the same time? Like, that's what me and Matt have been doing. Like, I went for a run this morning. He was taking his sweet ass time, so I would message him after my run, and I was like, I'm gonna go to gym now, and he went, and we met at the gym together. Like, it can all coexist, and I think the biggest thing here is like your self-sabotage really comes into play, and the stories that you tell yourself that like you want to rest and you want to recover. But I don't really understand, like, why can't you just do it all? And I think that's the thing that you want to remove, is that this all or nothing mindset. It's like, I'm either locked in or I'm not. I'm chilling with my family. Like, what if it can kind of like mingle together? And I think that's been the biggest thing for me to like really fucking make this a lifestyle, because at the end of the day, if you can't sustain it in a holiday period, then you haven't built a lifestyle, you're building a diet, and that diet is short-term fad. So I hope that helps a little bit. And just remember, like, it literally takes 3 days. Like, if you maybe ate a little bit too much, maybe you're still on a downward spiral right now, stop, take control. Like, you actually are in control, and that doesn't mean you have to try and do everything all at once. Just choose one daily habit, your baseline, and start building back at that. It's not that deep. It's not too late. And yes, you can chill and also work towards your health goals. Okay, just a little PSA hack. Cheese and biscuits and all that kind of stuff is so delicious, but it is so calorie dense. So if you are going to have biscuits and dip, I would highly recommend choosing the peckish crackers. I like the barbecue flavored. Got these ones for Matt. And tzatziki. I just had 2 rows and a lot of tzatziki, and it was 250 calories, give or take. Another hack also is Vita Wheats with light Philadelphia and sweet chili sauce. Such a good hack. Over summer, like, you want to have snacks and you want to take stuff to the beach. Having like little calorie hacks, super important. Same as like having more fruit. Pepsi Max, Paddle Pops, ice cream, icy poles, and all that kind of stuff. Super yummy snack, little hacky things. Real friendship looks like Matt doing your lawns and your friends cooking the barbecue. I had the worst hay fever yesterday. Hay fever's been so bad, and now Matt's cutting the lawns. I thought I'm gonna get hay fever, which is concerning for him since he's allergic to the whole world. There's nothing worse. I just went out the back, just as you just saw. If he gets hay fever, I'm gonna cry.
Chains that don't snag.
Ah! Okay, so this is what I was preparing earlier. You just kind of put a whole heap of ingredients in it and then hope for the best. And then you just top with some sauce of choice. Sweet chili's nice. I've done like a chipotle maple or something. And then some light Philadelphia and then spring onion. And then you're done. It's actually so tasty.
We're done, or? Fucking hell, boys. Get into it.
Get into it. Are you having bread?
Is there cutlery out there? Pepsi?
Yeah, man.
No. No cutlery.
There's no cutlery?
I'll get that man right now. So I was busy.
Lad, boy's hungry now.
Man, I was with the town, the Matador. The Matador just said, can you cook it for me every night? 1, 2.
Fuck the fly. Oh, that's citronella candle.
Isn't that Mozzie?
Oh, yeah. That's true, it is.
Look at that spread.
That was actually pretty fun. That was unreal, man.
Today
Oh my fave. So we just finished a really nice little barbecue dinner, and the best part is I made a little bit extra of the sweet potato for during the week, just to have easy lunch, easy dinners, like just add on to it. We have now a fridge full of food. I guess that's another thing too, is like if you have a fridge full of good quality foods, like this is all my like leafy and potato and veggies and stuff like that, and this is everything that's all pre-cut, ready to go. I know it looks like a bit messy. This is Matt's. He doesn't really have a whole lot, but honestly, he's so easy. He just has like steak for lunch and eats a lot of girl dinners were just like very meat only based, and then we have our pre-workout in the fridge ready for tomorrow and all that kind of stuff. But if you have a fridge full of high quality food, you are more likely to stay, you know, on your path of what feels good for you and what makes you feel the best. Where if I didn't have a fridge full of food and fruit and leafy greens and all that kind of stuff, how easy and how convenient is that to go like, fuck, like let's get takeaway? And there's nothing wrong with takeaway. I'm not saying that at all. But I know for me, I want to feel my absolute best. And I also, I just don't find the need to go out for dinner all the time, and the money in that you spend in that, like I'd rather save my money and then go on a holiday or a few extra holidays rather than getting Uber Eats and all that kind of stuff. But again, that's just like my own general thing. But we just finished our dinner. The boys have just gone to the shops now. They're gonna get some Weiss icy poles, which are very low calorie as well, like very nice little hack. And then while they're doing that, I'm just looking through my check-ins, making sure that everyone has kind of done it. I like to do a little bit of like a Sunday plan ahead when I was by the pool before I was time blocking and stuff like that for the week ahead, because like I'm still working all the way through. So yeah, I'm just kind of looking at that, just cleaning up my office a little bit, ready for the week ahead and setting myself up. And I guess you can have it all. Like today has been such a relaxing, chill day. I've had my friends over. We've had a really nice dinner. You actually can have it all. So don't wait until the 1st of January to bloody go after your goals. I know for me personally, I want to go into Jan feeling my absolute best. I don't want to feel sluggish. I don't want to have regret. I don't want to feel like, oh, why the fuck did I just like self-sabotage myself? At the end of the day, like the hard work has already been done. What you do between now and, you know, New Year's isn't going to be the end of the world. However, if you keep continuing to spiral over food or go out for dinners and like not really account for it, not doing many steps, that's an easy way for us to actually start to go into a surplus, which is where you're eating more, moving less, and obviously that's where fat loves to gain on. So like, it doesn't happen overnight. Like we don't lose weight overnight. The weight doesn't gain overnight either. It's consistently doing those blows, blow after blow. So if you are listening to this going like, oh, I just feel like I'm spiraling, or oh, I'll wait for next year and I'll do it. And also the biggest permission that you actually can have it all. You can have the chill days and still to get your steps. I've done 11K steps. And to be honest with you, I think around 8K of like just moving around. I did a run and then went to the supermarket, and then the last 2K has just been around my house. So it's not that deep, but also if you think you're moving a lot, you're probably not. That's the biggest thing I think a lot of people start to do, is they start to take off their watch. And they're like, yeah, I don't want to wear my watch, because insert hello self-sabotaging ego behavior of like not wanting to know the truth. And the truth is that you're just choosing to be lazy. And that's actually okay. Sometimes it's not that deep. Sometimes you're actually just choosing to be lazy, and that's okay. But be happy with your choice in that, and don't talk about it later. Stay after it. Stay after it. Remember why you started in the first place. I think that's the biggest thing for me. I remember why I started in the first place, and it wasn't for how I look. It was for how I felt. And I continue to want to do better, because I don't want to ever feel that way ever again. So I hope that this helped.
Good morning, YouTube. It's currently 5:55 a.m. I'm just waiting for my watch to charge just a little bit, because for some reason my watch is dead a little bit, which is so unnormal for me, being its garment. But I just wanted to share something with you. Firstly, sunrise, absolutely beautiful. Yesterday I went for a run and I was 58.1. Today, my aftermath of going for a run. Everyone always says like, I want to start running because I want to lose weight. And I feel like it's the easiest way to lose weight. And I just want to shift your perspective. Yesterday I was 58.1. Today I'm 58.8. The only thing that changed was not my food, was not my macros, no, was not my steps. It was running. The amount of information that running gives you, if you want to lose weight, the scales are probably going to trigger the fuck out of you even more if you start running. And also, there are far better things to do to lose weight than run. At the end of the day, you just need to get your steps up and make sure you're on top of your macros, because calories affect the weight that you have, right? But macronutrients affect the way that your body looks. So it's really not complicated, but I just wanted to share that because I hear it so often as an online coach. Like, I want to start running. I'm like, okay, cool. Why? They're like, oh, because I just feel like everyone like loses weight when they run. Well, it depends how you want to look at it. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to share that.